Hello, welcome to South Park, season one episode tier list. I guess. Um, Basically, you know what a tier list is. I'm not gonna get into it, but I've been watching South Park recently, Toasty and I, and just want to do something a little different. Just kind of like share thoughts that I don't know, something that isn't just recording video games, whatever. You know what a tier list is. Mine's gonna be a little different. I know that some people do S. I don't really care what S is. Um, I've always associated it with video games, so it's kind of weird to me see it in tier lists. So I'm doing it A B C D F, kind of like school, American school. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about them more each episode, whatever. And yeah, I just want to get into it. Anyway, first episode, Cartman gets an anal probe. I have the Wikipedia, so you see me looking over here. He's going through the quick synopsis just in case. But the first episode, ever for South Park, first episode of the season, Carmen gets an anal probe. Um, I think it's charming in its own way, where it's like, the Matt and Trey, they animated it themselves, and it's no other episode looks exactly like this because it's. I'm pretty sure I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure it's like all like paper like and they animated it that way like kind of like claymation but not claymation with whatever they were using. So that's creative. It it's not the greatest. I think there's a lot of better episodes, but it's definitely not the lowest point, in my opinion. um so Carmen gets an anal probe. I feel comfortable giving it a C. I like it. It could be better. Um, I think I'll just leave it that there. Um, Leave that. I mean that my last thought there. Volcano. Um, Honestly, I don't really care for this episode too much. It does introduce um Stan's dad, but even though it's not really stated, it's he Stan's dad also introduces Jimbo and Ned, and these are all characters I enjoy quite a bit. Um, and then of course it has the famous line, "They're coming right for us," where this episode, where that line, that's where this episode comes from. So I do give it um, a little what do you want to call it, like props for that, I guess, in a way. But again, it is not ultimately my favorite. The scuzzlebutt thing or whatever is I don't know. I dumb to me, not really funny. And the dude has his leg, whatever. Um, I don't know. It just falls short. I do think that one part where it's like duck and cover and it's supposed to save you from the volcano, the lava, is pretty funny. But ultimately, if I'm looking here at the list, um, mm, maybe not quite the worst episode, but one of the worst ones. I'll put it in D. Weight gain 4,000. Um, I like it more than Cartman gets an anal probe. Um, I think the beefcake thing is dumb and funny. I think the plot of Kathy Lee Gifford, right? Yeah, okay. Just had to double check myself. But it's kind of dumb. But I mean, I think it really introduces just how fucking like crazy Mr. Garrison is. Um, and I'm trying to think what else. Let me quickly go through the thing. I remember when I was young, I used to get really annoyed by Wendy in this episode. But yeah. I mean, I don't really have whole lot of thoughts on this one. It's Not my favorite, but it's definitely not the worst, and I do think it's better than the previous two episodes. So while I think maybe not a B, I'll put it in front of Carmen Gets an Anal Probe in the C. Big A Owls, Big A Boat Ride. Again, I like it, but it is not a super. I'm not big on this episode. I love that it introduces Big A Al. I think the two guys are funny where they're just laughing stupid and saying that's gay. Are funny. I think the the part with Pip and Chef, like, Pip needs a helmet, and Chef is saying it's not fair to the other kids to give him a helmet because then the other kids won't have a helmet, is pretty funny. But I feel like it could be better. Could have been done better if like the message is supposed to be like I don't remember what they even say at the end. Like I think it's supposed to be like gay people are just like everyone else, but it doesn't really quite land to for me in a way that was the message. It just kind of was like I don't know. It was just kind of weird. And then the big gay boat ride, I and the animal sanctuary. You know, it's I wish I don't know. I from what I got from the episode, I wish they leaned more toward what do you want to call it? Lean more toward like the game, the football game aspect. And if they were gonna do the gay dog thing and Big Gay's Al, I wish they would have leaned more in that direction, focused on that more, because it feels like two separate episodes just got mushed together, and they didn't really weld or meld too great. You know what I mean? Like it could have been better, and I think these would have been great episodes if these two aspects separated. But I do think it's better than Volcano. Um, I don't think it's as good as Weight Gain 4000. I think I'll put it below Cartman Gets an Anal Probe just because I think Cartman Gets an Anal Probe is more of a solid episode. Plot story wise, I guess you could say, than Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride. And you know what? Here, I'm gonna get some background music, so I'll be back too. All right, I put background music. It might have been better just to edit it, but hopefully it doesn't distract me too much. But I have it low. I don't even know if you can hear it, but just so there's a little something going, right? But anyway, the next episode, an elephant makes love to a pig. This episode, excuse me, is pretty dumb in my opinion. It's not very funny. I don't like that running joke of the. I don't remember whose name is on there if it says it here. They're trying to crossbreed it, and then like everyone's like, "Of course you can't crossbreed an elephant and a pig. Don't you know that song?" I don't like that bit. It. Okay, well, I don't really want to listen to that on repeat. Okay, what about this? There you go. I'm sorry, but I don't remember what I was saying. And like the bit, the song about the splicing the genes. Oh, it did introduce what's his name? I hope they have his name up here. I always forget his name. The Mephisto, which not my favorite character, but he is someone I did like, and I think they kill him later, and he just stops coming around. I think I could be wrong. Maybe he does keep coming around because I played the South Park game, but I think he was in there, but I don't remember. But I feel like he was someone who stopped coming around a lot from what I remember in like later seasons and episodes. Trying to think what else. Oh yeah, and the whole thing with Stan getting beat by his sister. I forgot about that. And then how Stan, the clone of Stan, goes on a rampage at the end. Yeah, it's not my favorite. But I don't think, again, I don't think it's a terrible episode. I don't think any of these episodes are terrible, by the way. They just don't land. And I think very rarely, in the grand scheme of like the first season of most cartoons, I feel like they do not land well. I feel like most creators don't have an idea of what the good cartoon is or what they want to do with it, and I feel like South Park is like that. And I think it's very apparent in the first half of this season. But yeah, I give probably An Elephant Makes Love to a Pig. It's gonna go in the D. Whether I like it more or less than Volcano, I don't know. I'll put it below Volcano just because I don't remember it having a funny like catchphrase, quote, whatever, like Volcano. Excuse me, like they're coming right for us. And also I like Jimbo and Ned more than Mephisto, and also introduces Randy, even if not stating that Randy is Stan's dad yet. Death is probably one of my favorites from the season. I do think the thing I don't like the most is probably like Stan's grandpa, the weird ghost looking form. I think the whole thing with the boycott is pretty funny, and I also feel like they reuse that in the movie, which I'm fine with. But you know, because I think that was something. I feel like if not for the movie, that'd be a complaint I'd have for this episode. I feel like they didn't really flesh out that that plot, that what do you call it? You know, they didn't go down that road story-wise as much as I have liked them to. But they did with the movie, and so that makes it a little more enjoyable now that, you know, I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, I like Death in this episode. I think it's probably from what's left, it's one of the better ones, I think. I probably would put it in B. I think Pink Eye, the Halloween episode, I feel like themed episodes, Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, for most shows, I feel like kind of start off fairly strong and then kind of lose it later in later seasons. But Pink Eye is not the best Halloween episode, I don't think, in my opinion, but it could be. I will say I like it. I think it's gonna go in B. I'm gonna say that, but I'm just like, I wanted a little more to just, because I want to love it. Like, I want to put it in A, but it's, to me, it's not good enough to go in A. But I love a lot of things about it. Like, I love the way it starts with the satellite. It comes crashing on Kenny, and like the whole thing with the zombies, and like how, like, you know, they're killing the zombies, and on the phone, I think Kyle's on the phone with that sauce phone number, and they're like, whatever you do, don't kill the people, you know, just kill the first zombie and they'll turn back to normal. And then like Stan and I think Cartman are fucking obliterating these zombies with chainsaws. But I think that bit's pretty funny. The whole thing with, I think, Stan and Wendy changing the costume thing or whatever, it's whatever. Didn't really care for it. It's not bad, but it's not something I'm like think it's too terribly funny. Oh, I don't know how I forgot Cartman dressing up as Hitler, and then getting in trouble at school, and then being told to become a ghost, but looks like a clan member. I think I love that. The whole bit is good, and then Shep's like, "What the fuck's wrong with you, boy?" or whatever he tells him, or you know. But I do think it's better than Death, and it goes to B. I just think, oh, sorry, Pink Eye goes B above Death. It's so close to an A, I think. Anyway, moving on. Starvin' Marvin. This one is, I feel like season 1 got a lot better. From Death on, I think the episodes were a lot more solid, and they get Matt and Trey, and I don't know if anyone else helps write the episodes, but you know, they get a lot closer to what I guess Prime South Park is going to be. I think. But Starvin' Marvin, I enjoy. Of course, introducing Starvin' Marvin, one of my favorites. The whole bit where Cartman gets taken because Starvin' Marvin's on the couch and the CIA, FBI guys, whoever come in, break in, or not, knock on the door and like asking for the Ethiopian starving child, and he's right there on the couch and he just points in the kitchen to Cartman, and they get Cartman instead. I think that bit, I don't know, it's it makes me smile just thinking about that part. And then what else do Stan and Kyle do? Oh, it's the Thanksgiving. Okay. Oh, right. Okay, I remember. And then they do the bit with the fucking. Oh, what's that Mel Gibson movie? Which Shep does the face paint, Braveheart, or whatever. That's pretty funny. And I think Stan or Kyle shows their ass to the turkeys or whatever. That part's really great. And Cartman being like stuck in Africa is, I don't know. It's like I'm saying, Marvin. It's a great episode. I'm sorry if I don't remember everything. By the way, I'm watching these seasons over over weeks, so I remember the later ones a little more. But yeah, trying to think. Let me go through the little description. Oh, and the bit with Cartman at the buffet. It's really good too, and then not letting Starvin' Marvin eat. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, the bit with Kenny and the thingy. I don't know what you call it. I guess it's normally like a booth and they put money in it and people go in the booth and try to get all the money that's flying around. But Kenny goes in and they have like beans and string beans, or just canned food, vegetables, whatever, and he gets like one thing, and I think he gets like creamed corn. I thought he was gonna die in there, by the way. I forget about that part of the episode, and I'm always like, does Kenny die here? And I always forget, but he doesn't. But Starvin' Marvin is a good episode. I think I put it above Pink Eye, and I think it's probably the best of what I have rated in the tier list so far. Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo. I feel like I have to maybe give this one an A, because just introducing Mr. Hanky and then the whole thing with Cartman's Kyle's mom's a bitch, and she's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world, and the the poop scene when he comes out of the toilet and Kyle is like, he's jumping around and singing a song, and then his dad walks in. Like, I'm trying to think what else. Oh, and then I mean the whole thing, South Park, man, everyone being offended, right? And so they're just trying to not be offensive for the Christmas play or whatever. I wish I could say it's ahead of its time. I think it is in a way, but the fact that these issues and things like this are still happening is very crazy. Not crazy. I mean, I don't know. Shit's been like this forever, And I think it was just kind of surreal to like watch this in like one of this episode air. December 17th, 1997. Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Poo aired. It's a great episode. I think I end up putting it. I want to say I end up putting it in A, but I'm thinking like, do I put any of the other ones in A? You know what? I think it goes in A. I think it's probably the best episode of season 1, I think. I'll leave it at that for Mr. Hanky. Damien. This one's another one of my favorites from this season. I love the whole boxing match thing, betting on Jesus and Satan, and they bet, they bet all this money on Jesus till Satan shows up, and they're like, holy shit, Satan's gonna kick Jesus's ass, so they all switch their bet to Satan instead of Jesus. And the one person betting on Jesus is Satan, of course, and he takes a dive, and he takes all their money, and then, the whole thing with Cartman's birthday party, I forgot about that, and then like all the gifts or whatever, and then Damien like launching Pip in the air is just, yeah, I think it's a really solid episode. I don't know if it's A level. You know what? Fuck it, I don't want Mr. Hanky to be lonely. I'll put it in A. It doesn't get above Mr. Hanky, but I was trying to think, like, I think I do like the Damien episode more, but I remember the Mr. Hanky episode like way more. And then Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. I don't even remember the next line, but he loves me, and we love. I don't know, I forget. But like that has been in my head since childhood. It's like Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo, the way Kyle sings it and shit, and I think he's in like the psychiatric hospital and singing dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I mean, I'm supposed to be talking about Damien, but you get what I'm saying. I remember Mr. Hanky way more than Damien, the Damien episode. But I'll leave it at that. I'll give it an A. I'm comfortable giving it an A, to be quite honest. Tom's rhinoplasty. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I never know. I'm assuming rhinoplasty. I think it's another great episode of the season. I think this little stretch, like I'm saying, look, from death to Tom's rhinoplasty pretty much are all the B's and A's. That's like the latter half so far. But Mr. Garrison getting the nose job. I don't remember if he gets anything else other than the nose job, or if it's a whole facial reconstruction thing. But him looking like, I want to say it's David Hasselhoff. Does it say? It does not say, but I think it's David Hasselhoff. That whole bit I love so much. And then, all the people wanting to have sex with him, all the women. But I think they end up being paid off by Wendy to get him to come back to be their teacher. And that's the other thing. I think it's like Valentine's Day or soon to be, and then like Stan and all the male classes, his classmates, fall like head over heels over their female substitute teacher, and the whole bit about her being a lesbian, and all that one scene when they're Cartman and all of them, they're like all like saying, "Oh, I'm a bigger lesbian than you. I'm a way bigger lesbian than you." All that dumbass shit. And then that one cuts to the scene of Cartman licking carpet because he asked his mom what like a lesbian is, and she says like lesbians lick carpet. I forgot about that, and I like laughed really hard. Probably, I don't know if that's the hardest I ever laughed during the season, but it's up there. I'm gonna remember. And the ending with her, I like this time. I remember I hated when I was younger. I thought she was a bitch. I was like, this teacher's cool, everyone likes her except you. And then and then that one bit when she comes all dressed up with makeup and they laugh at her is pretty funny though. But Time's rhinoplasty, I'll give it an A, to be honest. I think I like it more than Damien, not as much as Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo. I'll put it there. These ratings are bullshit, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of just going on the fly and what I'm remembering, so it's what you remember, right? So don't take it too personal. I'm sorry if you love Volcano and Ellen Alpha makes love to a pig and they're in D tier, but whatever. Mecha Streisand, to me this is where it takes another dip in quality. The whole Godzilla triangle thing, I'm sure I've never seen any of the original Godzilla, so I have no idea. Maybe that's why it doesn't land as hard. I have no idea Barbra Streisand is a bitch. I do feel bad sometimes when they make fun of people and I have no idea anything about them. Because Barbra Streisand's old. but I seen her in a movie. I think it's her, and I think it's called What's Up, Doc. I loved her in that movie, so I'm a little sad that they made fun of her now. But if she's a bitch, you know, or whatever, you know, it's fine to make fun of people, of course, and it's fun. But again, I don't know much about her. And I liked her singing in the movie, but I don't know any of her music, so maybe it sucks. But I was like, oh, now I feel bad because they're making fun of her sing. But of course, you know, it doesn't mean anything. They could just be making fun to poke fun, of course. But yeah, I think it's cool that they have what's his face from The Cure, Robert Smith, come in. I wish he could have been in any other episode, like ever, you know, like other than this one as a guest star. I think it's funny when they're talking shit to her when she's disguised. I'm trying to think what else. Nothing really lands. The bit they call Robert Smith up, and Chef's like, "You're not gonna believe me." Something. I forget what he says, and then she found the other triangle or whatever, and something like that is pretty funny. But other than that, it is. I don't know. I'm thinking of where I want to put it. I was gonna say D, but I think it's better than these two episodes. I feel like these last 3 ratings are a little fucked up. Cause I want to say it was D, but I think I'll like it more than Big Gazelle's boat ride. I'm fucked up on my own tier list. Cause I did like it, the episode. I think I do like it more than Volcano and Elephant makes such a thing. Yeah. Nah, I think I feel. You know what? I think I'm gonna even put it up above Cartman Gets an Anal Probe. I take back what I said, because I did like the episode. I just wish it was, I don't know, it's just not that great. But, you know, I do like it the more I'm thinking about it. And I'm thinking, like, I enjoyed it more than everything so far below it. I remember I used to love Cartman Gets an Anal Probe, but I did not like it as much this viewing. So I feel comfortable putting it above it. Cartman Gets an Anal Probe and below Weight Gain in the C tier. Last episode, Cartman's mom is a dirty slut. I think it's a good episode. I don't think it's as strong as the top 3. I don't even know where I would rank it in B. I think it's going in B. Or it might go... No. It's either going to go in B at the end or C in front of Weight Gain 4000, I think. But the whole thing with them taping Cartman is pretty funny. It's funny, it's just not too terribly funny, in my opinion. I think it's funny when he gets mad, and I think that's probably my favorite part of the episode. Trying to think what else happens. I hate cliffhangers. I know it's a fucking cartoon show, but a cliffhanger is a cliffhanger. You know what I mean? But it doesn't just, I don't know. So I do think you know what? I feel... What do I feel? I think I'm going to put it in C, above Weight Gain 4000. And I'm pretty comfortable with this list, I think. Mr. Hanky, Tom's Rhinoplasty, Damien taking the top A. And I would say this is about where my enjoyment of the episodes is at. So there it is. Mr. Hanky, not Mr. Hanky, South Park. I read Mr. Hanky, don't get mad at me. But South Park season 1, I feel pretty comfortable with this list, I'd say. I think, excuse me, I think, yeah, these are about accurate for my enjoyment. I think I said that already, so I'm going to stop talking and repeating myself. But as a whole, I think I rate this season probably like, I think I give a strong like a high 7 to like a high 7 to a low 8, I would say, somewhere around between there. Like, I like it, but it's not quite at the level of like an 8, or it's like a low 8. But like these episodes really carry it for me. And Cartman's mom and Cartman gets an anal probe not being as strong kind of sucks, and then these other episodes just kind of being overall weak kind of bring it down. From what I remember, season 2 and 3 are way better, in my opinion. I'm watching season 2 right now, and I'm like 6 episodes in, and so far we're way better. I don't think I have a single episode from season 2 in the D tier so far, so that's just where I'm at. Yeah, thank you to whoever may be watching. This is the South Park season 1 tier list, and I'll make a South Park season 2 tier list. Excuse me, South Park season 2 tier list when I finish season 2 and whenever I get around to it. I will maybe try to do other TV shows, maybe other whatever tier lists. I think tier lists are fun, and I just like to throw my opinion out there because I'm gay, and whatever.